Today is Yom Shlishi Shabbat, Tuesday. Tuesday today we have something in this week's Parashat. The spies God says that not only the spies but the whole entire generation that accepted the words of the spies, that the Jewish people cannot go into the land of Israel. It's too big for us. It's too strong for us. We can't handle it. God said that for what they have done, they saw so many miracles, they saw so many things, they saw my potential, what I could do. And you guys still think that way? This generation, besides Caleb and Yehoshua, the whole generation this generation cannot come into Eretz Yisrael. They're gonna die in the Midbar. They're gonna die in the desert. Now, the question is, the Jewish people complain a lot of times. During the whole entire, we see this time, last week's parasha, Moshe Rabbeinu lost it. Moshe Rabbeinu said, kill me, that's it. This week's parasha, God says He's going to kill a full generation. This is what made it happen. And over here we see a very strong point, as brought in the Likutei Sichot, the Baal Shem brings us down. And he says the point over here is the mindset. The mindset of a person drove God, Kadosh Baruch Hu, out of his mind. How could this be? You guys saw with your own eyes, leaving Egypt, leaving the superpower, opening it. We said it once before. It sounds like a joke, but it's true. In South Korea, when the dictatorship over there, they send troops to help Russia fight the Ukraine war. Now they realize that the numbers are not adding up. They're sending people, and and they always need more. Like what, they're dying on the field like flies. What's going on? And they realize that every single time they'll put them on the field, they'll run to the Ukrainian forces and raise their guns, throw it down like surrender, and they'll go like that into the free world. So like they run away. Basically, the idea over here is, we see over here that they're not standing, like you guys didn't see the greatest team. You guys left the harshest time ever. People were getting killed. The babies were getting slaughtered. Unbelievable times. And God let you out. You saw the splitting of the sea. Grow up already. Mindset has to grow. And that was the exact thing that would bother. A person that thinks there's the law of nature and nothing could break it, even God, or in his default, in his mindset cannot understand that, God says, I don't want to be a part of this. If they saw what they saw and it didn't change, what could change? What can change? When we see over here a person that lives in a mindset of dut, a mindset of slavery. They grew up in a way of slavery and they don't want to break those limits. They want to stay in Mitzrayim. Being Mitzrayim means borders, to be locked up in borders and not growing up and not passing through it. We see over here that there's people that are never going to go and never going to grow forward and grow and show and shine themselves. Over here, we see that the generation came after that, a generation of conquerors. This week's Haftarah, the Haftarah is the Jewish people conquered and brought down the walls of what? When Yeshua sent supplies, and when they're going to bring down the walls of Jericho, the walls of Yericho. We see the difference between the mindset of the people that were in the desert and the next generation that came to fight. And you see all the battles, the battle of Yericho, how they fought it with dignity and believe in God. And also the war of the Ai, the very, very famous ambush war, how they won it step by step. Why? Because they realized that it's not in our hands. It's in the hands of the Kadosh Baruch Hu, and God could break the laws of nature. Without Hashem, we should understand this, take a point to ourselves also, that we can, each and every one of us have the power to break the law of nature. And over here we see what's going on in Eretz Yisrael. We see a land which officially it's closer to fly from Israel to Germany. It's closer to fly than to Iran. And we see the amount, and they're ruling the skies, and they can't even think of doing whatever they want to do. And the amount of power that there's such a small dot on the map has, we see it's already breaking the laws of nature. And as a Jew in this generation, we see that we're stepping and inching forward the time of Mashiach. Hashem, we should come split in our days.